Alright, so welcome to the second ReRe Flash tournament for Remastered. So, for me to record, I have to do this at specific times, otherwise I get interrupted by stuff. Time has been running out and an opportunity has not shown up, so here we go. If you hear any birds screeching, that's why. So, let's get right into this. On the right, Quan has shown up. He has brought a fleet called Dan Dan. Pretty straightforward fleet built from what I can only assume are containers. And alongside... Wait, hold up. Are these actually containers? Yeah, those are containers. I did not know that they'd become that color. Okay, anyway. We've got Quan's fleet, which has a plasma cannon and a blast pulsar on each of the ships, and there's just a shit ton of them. For Joyous 18, we've got these ships, which have a small laser. Okay, those are not small lasers. They have a laser, a couple proton lances, no burst lasers, and a flak cannon. He's got some spaced armor shenanigans going on here. I'm going to assume that's only to soak up mortars. And then he's got missiles and mine launcher here. That looks really weird. Alright. I find it interesting that Quan decided to use containers because by all rights they're super underpowered. A few of 18's ships rushing in at the start without the support of their tanky brethren and kind of getting killed for it. Meanwhile, his missile ships are kiting out back. It's a great idea in theory, but with all this flak in the way, I can't even see any missiles getting through. I also have some cake, so I'm gonna eat some of that cake. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Wow, fly bro. Cake? That's pretty cool. Well, it's a bit less cool when you realize that this is my breakfast and it's early in the morning and I'm eating cake for breakfast, so yeah. Take that how you will. Got this itty bitty little ship over here getting totally destroyed. You know what, I'm just gonna speed this up. For round 2, Joyous 18's ships have not learned their lesson and they are still running in one at a time, which is nice. With his main damage dealers running in and getting immediately annihilated. That leaves his distractors pretty much unable to do anything, aside from die, I guess, which, to be fair to him, they seem to be pretty good at. Yeah, this is not going anywhere. I'm just going to speed this up again. Well, looks like underpowered containers might be the hidden meta. To our left, we have Imperiex. He brought some spaced armor alongside a mortar and a bunch of flat cannons. Quan's armor profile, with all his stacking, I think would make him especially vulnerable to this type of ship. Probably as close to a hard counter as I could think of. So I definitely think that the outcome of this match may indicate state of balance at the moment. Imperix's ships, I can't help but notice they tend to prefer to engage from mortar range and not from flak range, and they appear to be wasting a significant amount of their DPS. And to prove my point, I'll cut to a ship using its flak cannons. Here we go. Yeah, that's a good example of what not to do when like half of your investment is in flak cannons. Although it is worth noting that adding the power generation to use the flak cannons as a main weapon on these ships would bump up their costs significantly, so... maybe. Maybe not. Definitely a very close fight. Very, very close. The fleet that takes this set, it's called a set. The fleet that takes this set could very well be up to RNG. Gonna have some more cake. This time Imperiex seems to be getting a very good initial engage, where his ship's clumped up. Instead of spreading out, and they're able to focus their fire and kill things one at a time. Interestingly enough, Quan's ships are actually agile enough to evade shots. I did not expect that from what are effectively balls of meat. Yes, Quan, you make balls of meat. How does it feel? Although I suppose Imperix's ships are also balls of meat. Well, that was a thing. Quan's ships, I have to say, they look kind of like white blood cells. Or, not white blood cells. You know the white immune system cells that go around to eat stuff? These guys kind of remind me of those, except minus the eating stuff part. Oh, well, guess that was this guy's SOS. Help me, I'm dying. He's did not help, he's dead. Oh, I just realized the match timer is too long. Oh, that's fine. Nobody submitted any kite ships anyway. Alright, over here we got Owl Feathers. He has some plasma projectors and flak fighters. And he's got some bigger ships with some lasers and manipulators. Marjicus has submitted yeah, he submitted this. There we go. They look like they're skirmishers, but they rush like rushers, and they don't have the armor profile of rushers. So I'm kind of confused, if I'm to be honest. Owl's manipulator ships look like they're kind of hard countering Marg stuff. So that's unfortunate for Marg. This is pretty much a fleet tailored specifically to kill him. Fast fighters for chasing down his stuff, and manipulator laser rushers for tying it up. Yeah, that's not very good for him. Whoa. That ship just exploded. Alright, and then the fight for the throne, we got Imperiex with his spaced armor, bootsy nuts, and Owl Feathers with his swarm of kiter killers. I don't want this on half speed. There we go. Just by looking at the fleet layout, I would not give Owl Feathers a very generous prediction in this fight, just because his fleet is not designed to fight this. Although, I have seen some spectacular things from plasma projector skirmishers in the past, so I wouldn't totally count him out of the fight. As we can see here, they're definitely doing damage. Yeah, they can definitely get kills. It's just very, very slow. And this is time that he may not have. Because Imperiax still has all of his ships. And if one of these things gets hit by a mortar, it's over. Oh, okay, maybe they can take one mortar hit. If one of these things gets hit by 2 mortars, then it's over. That's not very good. Don't do that. Yeah, the fight is brutal. Eat small ships like these right up. Kind of missed the beginning of this fight, but I think we can all guess how that might go. I don't think we have to be zoomed in to know. Ouch, that one ship just got destroyed. Funnily enough, a ship can take 1 mortar hit to its core, so I wonder why that ship died in 1 hit. That's kind of weird. Do these things have generators? No. Okay. Yeah, Owl's got a bunch of ships left, but they're all kind of separated and they can't focus their target fire. Or focus fire their targets, that's what I meant to say. It kind of poses a problem for you when you're relying on a low DPS weapon to kill super tanky opponents. Unfortunately, Owl here getting hard countered, just like he hard countered the other guy. The Marg guy. Against a normal, like against a single large target, I definitely think Owl's fighters would be able to pull out a victory, but this is the 500 P pool, so I would not expect an 8000 P ship in the 500 P pool. That was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. Alright, so winner of the small pool is Imperiax. Seems we do not even have a medium pool. And so everybody is just gonna get put together into... But yeah, there's 1, 2, already got that one. One, two, three, four. Yeah, okay. 2, 3, 4. One. There we go. Actually, wait, hold up. Yeah, we're good. So, Joyous 18 has a space Medusa. If I'm to be quite honest, I'm not entirely sure what that even means. But what I can tell you is that it is an AI trigger skirmisher. Basically what happens is when the shield goes down, all its weapons get deleted and then it runs away. Like that. But it seems it had a significantly less firepower than this ship does. That's unfortunate. Especially when you want to kill stuff and you don't want to get killed. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Does this even have a point defense? No, it does not. I think this ship might be supposed to kite, but it's not. It's definitely an AI thing to look at. Oh shit, my cake is melted so much that it's spilling off the plate. It's a disaster. I need to eat it all now. Can't believe this has happened to me. It's a lake. Get in my mouth, cake leg. In case you're wondering why I'm fast forwarding through this, it's because it's really fun and engaging gameplay. Smaller version of his previous ship. Or, not smaller, less expensive. It's not smaller at all. And then Marge has this sexy big boy. Some sexy big guns, and what appears to be an escape pod. Triggered by a shield. If I were a betting man, I would have put my money on Marg. But I would have already lost that bet, because he did not finish off that first ship. It's a good thing I'm not a betting man. Because I know this is crazy, but you gotta pick a target and stick with it. I feel like this is just a fundamental thing that Reassembly's AI does not and will never understand. Yeah, I guess there's no escape pod. Yeah, and then Imperiex wins. Good job, Imperiex. Let's make medium fight Medusa just in case. I doubt anything is going to change, but whatever. Well, I don't know what that was, but it was a thing. Yeah, cool. That's sweet. Good job. Congratulations, Imperiox. You won this one, and I'm pretty sure you won the other one too. See you guys later.